Welcome, everybody. We are back. We are back. Sorry for the delay. Sorry for the tech issues. Listen, our intro video is not working tonight. I'm not sure why, but I promise you, I will get that uploaded. I will get that uploaded. As y'all come in, please do us a favor and share this video. For those who's on YouTube watching us live, please be sure to chat with us in the chat box. We will interact with you. Also, please hit the bell, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Therefore, you can see when we go live next time. We're not sure if this is going to be a weekly thing, but hey, y'all asked us to come back, and we are back. And some of the conversations that we had last week sparked us to carry on to another show. But before we get into the show, I'm gonna let y'all know now this will not be a 2 hour show tonight, but we will be here with y'all for a while. Um, so let's go ahead and introduce our panel for tonight. But before we do, let's go ahead and give a huge congratulations to one of our panel members by the name of Treasure. She gave birth to her little boy today.
We're so
Yay!
excited.
Congratulations, Treasure.
Congratulations.
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 Let's see here. Who's tuning in with us? So Kenny Horn said, "Laugh out loud." Kenny, be quiet. Um, so with that being said, let's go ahead and introduce our panel real quick. So starting with Miss Rhonda, go ahead.
Hello. Once again, my name is Rhonda, the Lighthouse Francis. So glad to be here again from all the way from the Big B.
Ugh. You just thought about it.
I did.
All right. And we have Alex over here. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Alex. I am very, very excited to be back.
All
That's
right.
where I'm from.
Okay. And Miss Ross, you next.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you guys.
Uh-oh. You can't hear us?
Well, that's Roz, everybody.
Yes.
Hi,
can
I'm
hear you.
Roz, Rochelle, Dallas, Texas. Sorry, guys, I'm having some technical issues here. I don't know. I need my technical director to get here, which is my daughter.
Can you hear us now?
Nope,
I can barely hear you guys. Hold on.
Okay, try turning your volume up and then you may be able to hear us. All right, go ahead, Leticia.
Okay, hi, I'm Leticia Green, and I'm excited to be here.
All righty. And last but not least, we have Miss Kenya, the Black
Hey,
Butterfly.
everybody. It's Kenya. Kenya with the J, Ken, KB, the Black Butterfly. That's me. Hey, I'm glad to be here.
All right. All right. If you're just not tuning in with us, please be sure to, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to us. And then if you are on Facebook, interact with us, share this video because tonight we are talking about parenting, the old way versus the new way. Also, and listen, you want to get in on these topics. But before we get into parenting, the ladies have been waiting on this topic. And the topic that carry over from last show is this one. The only way to achieve the only way to achieve equality is to engage in a revolution. Blood has to be shared. What do you all think? Now, before we hop on this, if you missed our last show, I'm gonna play a video to what we talked about last week. All right, and here we go.
I can't. I'm laying on the ground. I'm laying on the ground. I'm laying on the ground.
At what point did you not feel that this was a gun in your hand versus a taser? And so the family, obviously, they are glad she got charged.
he was leaving the site trying to evade being shot at by these particular law enforcement officers who we believe did nothing but a straight out execution by shooting him in the back of his head as he was trying to get away in a moving vehicle.
Now with breaking news overnight in the shooting death of Jonathan Price, a black man who was killed while trying to break up a domestic dispute. The police officer has now been charged with murder, and Marcus Moore is in Wolf City, Texas with the story. Good morning, Mark.
All right, and that is what last week's show was about. So let's go ahead and jump into this topic. I'm going to give y'all probably, I'm going to say 4 or 5 minutes on this. Let's go.
Y'all already know I don't waste no time. Let me jump into this. I've been
Go ahead.
holding this.
Go ahead.
Okay, listen, the revolution shall not be televised. I unfortunately agree that it's probably going to be some bloodshed. Even Dr. Martin Luther King, who was all about peace, in order for change to come, several people died. It is time out for taking it on the chin, and it's gonna just, we just gonna look the other way, turn the other cheek, and all of that. I believe in praying. I am a prayer warrior. I pray all the time, but at some point, by any means necessary, if you come here, I am a licensed carrier. Don't bring it here. Don't bring it here. Like I told y'all last week, I put the finger in the officer's chest. Not today. Not on my watch. You will not. You are not. It's time out for our men, our women, our children dying at the hands of foolishness. Again, I'm going to repeat it. Last week, I kept saying it. I am not asking for you to treat me any differently. I'm asking you to treat me the same way that you want to be treated. You don't want me coming at you all raw and strong? Then don't come at me all raw and strong. And unfortunately, the word of God says that those that live by the sword shall shoot die by the sword. So I'm trying not to live by the sword, but don't bring it here. Don't bring it here. Because if you bring it here, you're going to get what you brought. Don't send for me if I ain't called for you. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
She said what she said.
She said what she said. And the point is, it's true. I always say, though, that with that, because it's true, it's gonna have to be an eye for an eye. That's it. That's all. But my word is strategic. Strategic. There is a strategic way to do it all. And you got to hit it where it hurts. But we as a people need to realize this. Now, I'm not just talking about them over there and them over there. We as a collective Black people need to figure out a strategic way. But we got too many barrels out there with crabs in it, and everybody trying to get to the top and don't want the next person to get to the top.
What you say?
Too many of them out there. Strategic is going to be the way to go. And if there's bloodshed, it's going to eye for an eye. It's there. It's in the book that y'all use to take us down with. So that's what I got. It will not be televised.
All right. Who got next?
All right. I agree with everything that my sisters have said. I mean, it's going to have to be an eye for eye. I mean, there's no other way for us to, I mean, it's going to happen. I'm not sure if it's going to happen in our lifetime as far as what we will actually see, but it will. I mean, it's just boiling over. It's just at the peak. It's about to explode because we get a new situation, a new video, a new something almost at least 2-3 times a week, you know. and we're not getting any kind of justice from any of those. We'll get one. Okay, we got Chauvin. Okay, well, that's
Did we
one for
get
every
him?
5. No, we really didn't. Honestly, we didn't.
Nope.
He's already appealing. You know what I'm saying? The verdict. So we thought we got Amber. She appealing hers. So
She sure is.
it's like we go 3. Take 5 steps, we get knocked back 3. And when that happens, there's no way that we're going to continue to sit back and just watch it. It's going to it's
right.
I mean, bigger than LA riots, bigger than that. And like Kenya said, organized. If he needs to be, but it's going to happen. Hopefully, it's going to be organized, but it's going to happen.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, and some tell me it won't be organized, and I'm almost want to say that's okay because they don't organize. Well, I would say they don't organize a crime when it comes to us. It's more of they are covered and protected because it's the police that killing us, and they basically are protected. But it won't be organized. It won't be organized.
Yeah, it won't be organized.
If it's gonna happen, it's gonna be
Malcolm
happen.
without a Martin, and there is no Martin
Right.
without
That's
a
true.
Malcolm. You gotta have them both.
All right. So
Right.
now let's go ahead and get into this real quick. I was gonna do a commercial break, but I will wait till after because we already missed our 2-minute mark for our commercial break. All right. So now we get into parenting, you guys. Well, y'all cannot see me. Okay. Now we get into parenting.
Oh, there we go.
And there we go. And we're going to have a very good, we only have 3 topics for you all, but they are 3 very great topics. All right. So the first one. Many parents make the mistake of imagining that being their child's friend would make them great parents. Again, many parents make the mistake of imagining that being their child's friend would make them great parents. How do you feel about the idea of parents being friends with their kids?
I ain't your friend, baby.
No,
We can do
I'm not
friendly.
your friend.
We can do friendly things, but hey. But I ain't your friend, baby. I'm your mama.
I'm good, Nene. Yeah, I totally agree.
That's
Sorry,
it.
I'm talking to my
all.
daughter.
Now, when you start thinking that I'm your friend, then you done crossed the line, and I'm gonna have to take my fist and punch you back over the line because I ain't your friend, baby.
Oh, you gonna like it back?
Terry Place said, "Oh, okay, hold on." Terry Place said, "Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday." Not Terry. Trey's Place also said that's a negative. No friends. Correct. All right, go ahead, Ross. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was just saying that, I do a lot of friendly things, like you said, with my kids. And my kids range from 24, 19, 17, she's about to be 18, and 16. I have stair step. They're finna be 19, 18, and 17. And I have, so I'm finna be empty nesters soon. But I've established, a rapport with them where they understand that we can talk, we can laugh and joke and everything else. But when I'm serious about something, and they know that look like, how my mom used to give me, or that tone that changes, they know that I am still mama and I still would, yeah. So don't try me when it comes to being disrespectful. I mean, my kids are very respectful, but either way, I had my daughter one time, she comes, and I'm like, oh, that mouth is getting a little fly. Hold on, because who you think you're talking to? I'm not one of your little friends, like my mom used to say, you know what I'm saying? But I also have open communication with them that I didn't get from my mom, like we talk about almost everything. And I've established that when they were really young, 5, 6, 7 years old, because that's the one thing that I didn't get, where my mom like really was open and honest and kind of, my kids come to me with everything. Sometimes I'm like, that's enough. I don't want to hear it. However, they know that they can come to me though, you know what I'm saying? But they know I'm going to still be mama. And my 19-year-old son, he always say, Mom, you're going to have to parent me the rest of my life. And I say, you're right. I'm always going to be your parent, but I'm just putting you on a path to where you be a citizen of this wonderful country, and a productive adult, and I'm going to still fuss. He hates, we work together. So we ride to work together and come back. And I'm fussing constantly. Mama, why are you fussing so much? Because I had to put you on the right path. I'm not your friend. I got to put you on the right path. So, yeah.
That's what I'm
Okay.
trying to establish with my son. He is 5. Well, he's almost 5. So I'm trying to establish that he can come to me, like, there's open communication. He can come to me with anything, but there is that line that you will respect me. I don't care if you like what I say. And I tell him all the time, I don't care if you don't like what I have to say. You're going to listen to me, or there will be consequences. And that's the thing. He knows the rules. I explain the reason for the rules. And you can do what you want, but there's consequences to your actions.
True.
And at 5 years old, he is very well-rounded and knows those boundaries.
Yes, I definitely agree with not being a friend, because there are some things that I'll say to my children that I know their friends will not say. And as a parent instance, my oldest son is 20 years old, and it's like I constantly like, Mama, you turn everything into a lesson. And I'm like, yes, I have to, because if I gotta get up and take you to work because you done messed up your car, it's gonna be a lesson, and I'm gonna give it to you raw. And they know, like they're gonna be so I can't be your friend, because I'm gonna definitely hurt your feelings. I don't mean no harm, but I'm definitely going to say things that are very uncomfortable, because I want you to be my children to be well-rounded and respectful, and to know, like Mama cool, like I'm the cool mama, but I'm also like, you can't play with me like that. So,
Right.
Well, there's
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
there's a
Go ahead.
difference in communication and discipline. So yeah, we can be cool and we can talk about anything, but when it comes to teaching the things that are discipline, like Letitia was saying, there's a line, and the line is very defined. It's not gray. It ain't no black. It's black or white. There is a line that you cannot cross. We can have a conversation about anything. I have to learn how to communicate with my husband. He grown. The same way I got to learn how to communicate with my children, who I'm responsible for raising. The deal is, as a parent, you have to realize that it ain't about you no more. You gave up that opportunity when you decided that you were going to have a child. Not that you gave up your life, because you still have a life and you're still able to do stuff. But you gave up the opportunity to not be responsible for somebody else's life when you decided you were going to have a child. So your thoughts on that, you put that on the back burner, because now you're responsible for this little person that didn't ask to be here. It is your responsibility to shape and mold their mind, their education, their hearts, who they will be as a person, their social experiences. And if you can't do that, then you set them people out in the world to act a fool and to learn from people that don't care nothing about them. So
exactly,
you can definitely, we friendly, like Kenya said, we definitely friendly. I have girls, all my kids are grown. My youngest is about to be 22. So all my kids are grown. They all have life, and they have, and my boys have kids of their own. So we do things together. We go out to dinner, we go to the movies, we go shopping. My oldest daughter is about to get married. We having a good time planning this wedding. But she still is my daughter. There are things, conversations and stuff that we have in private. She still, I already know, at 28, about to be 29 years old, I will get with you. I was about to say something explicit. I have to watch myself. You know what I'm saying? I will get with you. I don't want to. My desire is never to because I'm not an advocate for just beating on kids. There is a difference between discipline and abuse. I do discipline, and I will discipline. There are consequences for your action, and I'm not that parent that's going to be hollering at you 5 and 6 minutes. If I said stop is what I meant. Period. First time. Because if you're running out in the middle of a street about to get hit by a bus and I say stop, I don't have time to explain to you why I said stop. I need you to stop, or you finna get hit by this bus.
Exactly.
So there are lines that have to be defined. We have to frame out how we are going to, educate our kids, talk to our kids, discipline, deal with our children, so that they can learn how to do the same thing with other people. So they can learn how to interact with other people. So anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I go on.
All right. So we're gonna take a very quick break. It's only a couple of seconds, and y'all, we do have our working intro, so that's what we're gonna use as our commercial. It's only 54 seconds, so you have 54 seconds to get yourself together before we go into our final two topics. Here we go.
I've got a son, he's 6, I want to be best friends with him, I want to be pals with him. Why is that so wrong?
No, that's fine, you can be friendly with him, but if you think that's your only role as a parent, then I feel sorry for you, because in the end, your son won't want to be friends with you.
A recent incident in Florida, caught on video, sparked outrage. Here's what happened to a 6-year-old girl who allegedly damaged a school computer.
All right. And that is our intro, y'all. I'm sorry it wasn't full screen, but hey, we'll get it fixed. All right. Moving on. All right. Here we go. The next one for tonight. Physical punishment to positive discipline. The best method of parenting has long debate. How has the way of discipline changed over time? And should we go back to the old way? Now, I have some old parents, not saying old as in age. I would say, okay, let me rephrase that. I have some old school parents on here, and I have some new school parents on here. Now, all right. So, let's go ahead and have this conversation. So let's start with the old. Well, you know what? Let's just start with just the topic at hand. How do y'all feel about this new way of discipline versus how it was back in the day? Let's talk about it.
What's the new way? Because I only know one way. And that was the way I was raised, or my kids was raised that way.
Right. And that's the only way I know. And I'm only 32. That's the only way I know. I got whoopings. I got whooping in front of the classroom. I got whooping in front of friends. I got backhand slap in the store. If I put my hand on something, my mama grabbed my hand and hit me right there. Like I got a whooping while the car was moving.
Come on now.
So I mean, and look, and I turned out fine. I didn't. I mean, she didn't. You didn't even know she moved. You just know you got hit. You didn't know who you got hit by or where it came from. That's how quick she was. But and look at me today. Me and my brothers, we all fine. Now, when we try to use that same technique with the kids today, I'm gonna call the police. I'm gonna tell this. I'm okay. Tell it. But when they do tell it, we get in trouble. But see, here's the thing though. Nowadays, it's flipped now. It's flipped to the point when they do say, yeah, my mama had beat me, and they instantly call CPS, and then now we in trouble, and the kids taken away. No question asked.
That's what I want to speak
back
on.
Back then, that's the way it was. But I mean, did we call CPS? No. Did CPS really interfere with stuff like that? No. They did come out when they needed to. Now CPS come out to the house just as much the police come out to the house, if not more.
Yes.
They come to the house more than the mailman come to the mailman come to the house every day, except for Sunday.
For little stuff, they come out to your house for little things. It could be just as simple as you picking up your child 3 minutes late, 15 minutes late from public school. It could be that somebody's pissed off at you. Like, I've been in situations like where somebody's mad at you, they make up a whole case on you, and you have to still go through that. And then there's laws in place where if they're called out 3 times, like, they can take your children out of your home. Like, it's so much stuff. That's why you just gotta keep it what it is. And I mean, back in the day, yeah, I was raised like that, getting my tail whooped or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'm raising 2 different generations of children. And my younger children are more advanced than my older children. But my older children were raised growing up with me, and my younger children they have the me now. And so it's definitely 2 different sets of generations. They understand different. So Generation Z, when my younger children ranges from 13 all the way to 6 years old. They are a different breed. They understand totally different. Like whooping them makes them more militant. Beating on them, they don't understand how we understood, like, being disciplined in this way will teach you certain things. But if you beat on these children now, it makes them more militant because they don't understand the language of slavery. They were born that way. They were born with information and computers. And so we definitely are up in hand in different generations. So say you're using the same methods, but you're making your younger generation or your grandchildren more militant by doing that. That's all they will understand. That's all they would do. They don't understand to lay down and let somebody walk over you. They were born that way. And so this is the things that we have to tackle, and then they have the government that's involved, in the household, and then you have all types of different systems in the way that people are raising their children. Now, my children are being raised in a 2-parent household. But because my children being raised in a 2-parent household, that doesn't mean that my older children didn't experience me as a single mother who was hardcore. And my younger children get the softer version of me because I am in a stable in a whole environment now. But you get more backlash of being a 2-parent home than you do as a single parent. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they promote the separation. That's why I said last week, government has no business dealings with the Black family, because we need to come up with our own systems and solutions to raise our own families. But that's all I got on that.
You done spoke a word there, because at the end of the day,
really,
it's about how, yes, I can take a Generation Z and I can spank them and they not be militant. But what's happening is there's so much influence that is coming in from the outside that is trying to, like you said, separate the object of this whole thing is to destroy families. And it's bigger and beyond just the systems of this government. We're talking a spiritual battle that is going on, that is being waged against the family, not just Black family, white families, but mainly Black families. Not just white families, but Asian families, but the family. There is a war against family. Somebody posted a few days ago, actually, about family, how the family structure had changed. Where it used to be, especially in the Black community, where you go to grandmama's house, everybody was happy to see each other, the cousin, everybody, that was your family. Now this cousin against that cousin, they don't talk. The grandmama love this one more than she love that one. The aunties and uncles are fighting, and it just
come on now.
It's changed. It is altered. But again, we better know that the war ain't got nothing to do with these kids. What it is the destruction of the family. Because if they can destroy the fiber and the thread of the family, it falls apart. Because kids don't have respect for their parents. The parents don't have respect for kids. They talk, everybody talking to each other crazy. You don't want nobody to say nothing to your kids, but then you ain't disciplining them. I had to tell one of the teachers when my kids was coming up, either I'm gonna whoop his tail or he gonna be whooping your tail when he get out there and get older. So I'm gonna whoop his tail now,
Right.
so he can understand that there are consequences for the actions that he takes.
Exactly.
That y'all, so y'all don't have to whoop him later on. So the system ain't got to have him. The government ain't got to be trying to teach him. I'm gonna teach him today in this house.
Exactly.
So you ain't gonna tell
Exactly.
me how to do that because this is my child. Now you can partner with me because it's necessary for us to have a community. You can partner with me on how to raise this kid, but this is my responsibility at the end of the day. If they come and say this child being abused or ain't getting fed or whatever, they ain't calling your name. They calling mine. They ain't looking for you. They looking for me. I do want to address very quickly because I know I'm running out of time. This lady in paddling this kid. Let me tell you something. She didn't do nothing that she was not given permission to do. There is no way this lady should have her job on the line. She did it.
Hold that one. Hold that one. That's our next topic. That's our next topic.
Let me speak on this one. I know
So
that
go
one is a
ahead.
good one. Okay, we got to get in real quick, and get out. Okay. As Rhonda was saying, it takes a village, but there are no more villages. The villages have been burnt and destroyed. That our children, a lot of them are lost. If we don't have households like yours and yours and yours that's doing exactly what our parents did. Yes, I understand that they're cut from a different cloth, but if it starts in the womb. That's what I was taught. It starts in the womb. And as soon as they hit that you got to continue with it so they won't go astray. Even if that family structure is torn apart some kind of way, they still will have that in their heads, in their spirit, in their body, not to do something other. Look, me and my kids' father did not, we didn't play. We didn't play. And then on their side of the family, if you got in trouble with A, then auntie, uncle, and everybody else gonna be looking up. You gonna sit down today. Now my other side of the family, they went and moved to another state, and then they got all of them laws. And just as you said, the cousins against cousins, and the families and the aunties and the mama can't say nothing, and the grandmama like, well, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm just like, that's why I ain't with y'all. That's exactly why, because I will not allow my children to be raised like that. And my boy's grown and good. So go ahead, Alex. Alex had something to say.
Go. All right, Alex, you got it.
So I will be the first one to admit I whoop my son's butt when he needs it.
Exactly.
His dad whoops his butt when he needs it. But I see things from a very different point of view. I am a social worker. I work in a child placing agency with foster care. So my heart is with the kids because there is, like you guys said, there is a very fine line between discipline and abuse. And I've seen kids come through with bruises, and they're so traumatized from being beaten by their parents. But that is abuse. That was not discipline. Their parents are beating them because they're frustrated and they're on drugs and whatever the situation is. As foster parents, you cannot use corporal punishment, and that is where a lot of our foster parents get frustrated. But that is why, as a child placing agency, that is my job to teach de-escalation methods and how to handle children who have trauma and bad behavior. So I do see things differently. As far as CPS goes, I ain't gonna speak on that because there's a reason I don't work for CPS.
Exactly. Yeah, I had that experience.
That is a very broken system. But go ahead.
Let's see here. So Troy said, hold on one second. So let me go back to some of the comments real quick. Kenny said you won't get the respect.
Respect you should in most cases. Yeah. You won't get the respect you should in most cases.
I'm looking. There we go. Okay. And then the next one is, no, somebody had texted me in the middle of me doing this. I think it's Kenny. Let's see here. Trey's place said, I got whipping and I turned out just fine.
All of us did. So
Yes.
Yeah, I think
So
I
Trey,
think
we're
the
gonna hold
difference
this.
is that
We're gonna
whooping
hold
and no
these
love.
last ones.
Oh
yeah,
my
exactly.
God.
That's
I
it.
mean, because listen, some of us are learning. I'm not doing, let me tell you, y'all talk about abuse. My husband was beat senseless by his own mother, and he's deaf in his right ear because of his mother. So he had to grow up in
Wow.
foster care. And so dealing with that and dealing with the generational curses breaking them, some of us are not doing what we were
Come
taught.
on.
Like I did what my mama taught me to
Right.
do in my early life. But now the way I'm living, I had to learn that, and I still have to learn how to live that way because that's not what I was taught. So yes, it's definitely a different time, and I like your perspective, Alex. You know, all y'all perspective, but yes, it's a very different time.
Okay, now we need another show on
All
on,
right.
on abuse. Mm.
All right. So before
Again,
we
you
go
can't
into
have
this
one
final
without the
topic,
other.
right? All right. So real quick, we're gonna hit this last topic. But before I do the last topic, there's a video that goes along with it. I won't play the
Oh,
whole
I can't
video, but I'm
watch
gonna
it.
play just some of it. All right.
Go ahead.
A school principal in Florida caught on camera spanking a 6-year-old with a paddle. The child's mother reporting the incident. The principal heard chastising the young girl after she allegedly scratched a school computer.
You better be glad you're not my daughter, because I would spank your butt all the time for acting like that. And I wish you would try to call the police on me. That's called being a brat.
All right.
I watched
All right.
all of
So
it and I read
here's
up
our
everything
our
on it.
topic.
So go ahead.
Hold on. We gotta get the topic up.
Hurry up.
Even though
Hurry up.
now you saw it already, King. That our viewers haven't saw the topic. All right. The topic for tonight is: should corporal punishment be used in K through 12 schools? Again, should corporal punishment be used in K through 12 schools? Before you answer, Kenya, let me get this topic and get the comments real quick. The first comment was from Trey's place. He said back then the teachers could spank you. And then Kenny also said, I feel corporal punishment still has its place depending on the situation. But like it was just said, kids are more defiant now. I agree. Now, you all have the floor. Go in and let
Go
have
ahead,
it.
Kenya. Kenya,
Let's
burn
start.
it up. Go on, Kenya.
Because I watched all of it and I went and I read more into the entire situation. Now,
I did
let me
too.
just point out that paddle. Yes, I got that paddle when I was in Catholic school. It was called a peppermint stick. And if there is anybody that went to Our Lady of Hungary School back in the 70s and 80s in Chicago, Illinois, Miss Green used the peppermint stick on a lot of us, okay? In third grade. She was my third grade teacher, okay? I remember that much. If I don't remember nothing else, I remember the peppermint stick. But okay, so the entire story, and I get it on both ends. This is a mother who is not legal, okay?
Bull.
Right.
And she didn't speak the language, and the
Bull.
daughter wait. The daughter broke the computer. Okay. So now the only way that the mother could have proof was to video it. Yes, I went off like you, Rhonda. I went off. Like, who the hell could video a child? Your child getting beat. Oh, it's all tables and desks and everything finna be turned over up in here. But then I was like, well, what did the child do? Oh, she broke a computer. Okay, mama, bring your tail on up here and pay for this here computer. I ain't got the whoop her. You gonna take care of that at home. You know, and so it's just so many levels to all of it. Okay, you don't speak English. You were scared of getting deported. Okay, I got it. But you gonna let somebody beat your child with this pattern when you gonna record it? Hold on, wait, that's crazy. She just broke a computer. Somebody go to Walmart and buy a damn computer. Oh, excuse me, did I cuss? You know, and then the other teacher, that teacher's age that was right there, she looked like she was about to pull the girl pants down, and this was gonna be on camera, y'all. So you know, all of it. It's so many levels to it. I'm just like, I'm still on the fence. Like, wait a minute, now I don't. Yeah, somebody else go. Then I'll chime back in if we got another second. Go ahead.
So listen. Here's my take on it. And perception is everything. Everybody's perception of how you view it is different. How you perceived it. Here's back up all the way to why we end up in the office in the first place. This ain't this girl's first time being in this office, because you heard the teacher's aide tell her, you can't keep doing that. You can't keep even the principal say, you can't keep treating your mama like that. You can't keep. So you've done this more than one time. So you've been in this office more than one time that you didn't get paddled. You didn't get in trouble for. You got maybe the mama called or the daddy called or whatever else.
I'm kicking your ass out of school.
Period. I don't buy the fact that she was scared to being deported, because she could have said, if she was in fear, especially for, and I'm only speaking on the portion of the culture I know. For the culture that she is in, they typically let the men do the discipline. She could have said, let me talk to my husband. She did not. She sat there and she filmed and she let the woman paddle her, which the little girl probably deserved the paddling. It did that paddling. This is what we do know. Whooping your tail is not going to teach you anything, but whooping your tail will make you behave. And if you behave long enough, you'll learn something. So the paddling didn't have nothing to do with you teaching a lesson. It was to get you to understand that you cannot keep doing what you are doing and keep treating talking to your teacher crazy, because she said that too. You can't keep doing that. You can't keep, you done broke a computer. Who in the third grade turned up computers? Like that's right. You want to know who? Somebody that's allowed to throw a temper tantrum and do what they want to do at home.
At home.
You ain't
at
home.
Here.
Yeah. And if you don't, because at the end of the day, if you don't want the teacher or the principal or whatever corporal punishing your child, then you gonna do like they did over up here at Zoom Walk when my kids was going to school, and the principal saying, you got 30 minutes from the time that they act up to get here. Take them off work and come get them, period. Not 30 minutes from when we finally get in touch with you, but you got 30 minutes from when they act the fool to get your behind here to get your kid. If not, then we gonna call them nice folk at CPS and they can come get them. Because they can't stay here. You don't want nobody to say nothing to them. You don't want nobody to discipline them. Then you need to make sure that you are 100% available to come get them up out of here. Because it ain't fair to the other kids that's in that, like Letitia said. These other kids, they ain't never seen nothing like that. They like, oh my God. They thrown all off their game because this kid is acting crazy in school. Deal with why we here in the first place. What is this kid doing and what is going on that she felt like that was okay?
Why did it get to that point?
Absolutely.
Why did it get to that point? If this wasn't the first time that this has happened, because that recording stuff is that just mess with my head. Because I'm like, you a mother, you gonna sit there and record it. Wait a minute, hold on. Why did it get there? Because
the
first time we gonna handle something.
She did not.
Second time,
everything she said, she continued, even knowing that the parent was recording, because she had permission. You asked me to step in and do something because you cannot control your kid. And my belief, I'm gonna say this and this, I'm be done with it. My kids, you can ask stick something. Where you show up is where I'm gonna show out.
Exactly.
So you act up in there, that's why we finna act out together. I'm gonna need you to go. Your job is to, just like I gotta go to work and make a check so we can pay these bills, keep these lights on, keep this food going, and do it. I have a responsibility. You have a responsibility too. And yours is to come to this school, do what you are supposed to do in school and learn. I don't send you to school to be acting up. And if I go to my job then act the fool, they gonna fire me. If you go to this school and act the fool, then I need to come and fire you up, basically.
Case closed.
So
Case closed.
Period.
She said period.
Period. That's it. That's all. It's just the idea. This video just threw me off. Like, why? What is? And then I had a conversation with somebody, and they was like, "Well, she feared for being deported." Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Bull.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right with this whole situation. I'm still on the point of why did it get to this point?
But again,
right. I've worked in the school system. I've worked in Chicago public school system. Why did it get to this point? Because there are levels. When the child do something one time, okay, you going and you gonna go to ditch it, no matter what grade, and they gonna talk to you. We gonna try to see it. Da da da. Next time we calling your parent. That's the second time they do it. They calling the parent. Then if it happen the third time, oh hold on, we sending your ass home. We sending you home. Let your mama take care of that for 3 days. You come back again, we sending you home again. Then we ain't gonna want you in the school. So why did it get to that point?
I'm gonna find this video.
I
don't have it. I don't have the video, but I'm gonna find a video. And it was a video with Cornell West. It's this community forum that they did. Cornell West, Jacqueline O'Hare, I think it was her name, and another, activist. She said in this video, the parents, they scared of the police. The teachers, they scared of the principal. The principals are scared of the school district. The school district scared of the government. The government. The government is scared of what the parents gonna do. And the kids ain't scared of nobody. So they doing whatever they want to do while we worried about what somebody else thinking, what somebody else is, what they gonna say, what they gonna do. And the kids are just left right here to be able to decide for themselves. And they are not mature enough in their mind to be able to do something, to be able to make a decision. So they're left with the decision to decide for themselves how I want to act, because can't nobody take charge. I am the mama. You didn't give me that privilege. God did. And my Bible says that I shall train up a child in the way they should go, so that when they get old, they shall not depart for it. My Bible says that if I spare the rod, then I spoil the child. I get the same way y'all don't want government all up in it. My Bible gives me the permission to discipline my child, not beat them at it, because I agree there's a big difference.
It's a difference.
I ain't got to beat them, but discipline you will get. If I tell you no is what I meant when I said no. I'm not going to tell you 5, 6, 7, 8 times to say no. There is a consequence for your actions, and that's what the children are not learning. They don't fear any consequences. They do what they want to do, and then
I'm gonna send my son to Grandma Rhonda because
I'm just saying. Go ahead. I'm saying.
Don't you? If you don't want your baby tail spanked, don't you send him over there now? You send him over there. He do something wrong, he gonna get his tail spanked. I think that's what's on here. You send him to my house.
Listen here, we don't do that. That's not what we
do.
Real
quick, go ahead and give it to Alex real quick.
And that second time, it's gonna be on and popping.
I think Alex has what she want to put in.
Yeah. So the question was, should corporal punishment be allowed in school? When I was growing up, I'm almost 27. It was, and my parents gave permission for the principal to spank the boys, but not the girls. I do not believe corporal punishment should be used in schools because, first of all, if my child's acting up in school, call me and I'll come down there and whoop his butt in front of you. When we're in the store and you act up, I'll whoop your butt right there. I don't care who's watching. That's the thing. But I don't want anybody else physically disciplining my child. And again, I see things differently. When a child acts up like that, you have to think what's going on at home. If it's a continuing problem, then something's going on in her home or on with her, whether it be a learning disability or some kind of other disability. Because for it to continue to happen and the school system not do anything, that's who's failing her. And I mean, I don't really care to comment on the mom's background because I don't care what culture you're from. You ain't beating my kid and me record it. But that's just me. But let me whoop my own son. Call me and I will do it. I promise.
Why did being that person? Why did it get that far?
Because the school system is what's failing her.
The school, y'all messed up.
Well,
That's why I just homeschool, because these teachers are not in the
It's
right
getting there.
mental space. You know, they're not in the right mental space. I don't care how many times I've tried to place my children back in public. All of them are the same. And these teachers are dealing with stuff at home. They're on medications, and you want them to discipline your, no, it's okay. I got it.
But that's it. That goes back to that
I
same
wanna
thing
make
of, just like you said, if because you can send them at home, and I'll still make this statement with boldness. Don't send them over here if you don't want nobody to don't send them over here. Because I'm not gonna spank them right off. I'm going to tell them, but you cannot tell me that I get to have your children 8 hours out of the day. I'm with your kid more than you with your kid. 8 hours out of the day awake, and I'm supposed to let your kid talk to me like I'm their equal. I don't let my own kids talk to me like that. That is not acceptable.
Right.
It is not going to happen. And I ain't got but one time to call you and for you to handle it. If you don't handle it, I will. I promise you. I tell people all the time, give me 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. 21 days creates a habit for anything. Give me 2 weeks with your kid, and I promise you, they'll be like muddy, and it will not always require a whooping, because kids and very early on they test the water. They're gonna see how far they can take it, what will happen, you know, what I can do, how much you gonna let me get away with, all of that. They test it right on earth. So it's easier for me to draw the line here and stop it than it is for me to wait till you get all the way out here and then try to bring you back in. Now let's nip it in the bud right at the beginning.
Right.
Respect is given and earned. So I'm gonna respect the fact that you are a living human being and that you didn't ask to be here and you deserve to be loved. But at the same time, you're gonna respect the fact that if I tell you to stop is what I mean. If I tell you no, no is the answer. If I tell you you can't have that, you can't have that. I don't care what your mama said. You can't have it. It ain't hers to give. So at the end of the day, it's still right up in this little bubble of things. We don't have to get to the whooping. We can solve the whooping and not never have to get to the whooping. But it starts right here, right up front. We're going to let you know these are the lines that you will not cross. That's little baby, medium-sized baby, big baby, grown baby,
starts in the
man, woman.
Starts in the womb.
Absolutely.
Period. All right, Ross, go ahead, Ross. He's on you now.
I just want to say that I agree with everything everyone's saying, but one of the main things is that someone, I can't remember who said it, it starts at home. So like, I think it was Kenya said, why did it go to this point? Because I know with my kids, they know one phone call, oh, that's it. For me, it's never going to get to the point where corporal punishment even has to be instilled in it, because they know if the teacher calls me, I am Dan McCann. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. Let me talk to him. They get on the phone. What is going on with you? Why is, I'm that parent. Like, when you get home, don't give me your phone. Because we're done. There is no negotiation, anything like that. Teacher gets back on the phone. Okay, yes, it should be fine now. And sure enough, there's gonna be a change in the behavior.
Absolutely.
But, because that's where I'm like, if it had to get, when I first saw the video, I actually got really angry because before I read the article, and I understand she's saying, oh, I don't want to be deported. No, you should have been dealing with this little girl 3 phone calls ago, however long it was before this. Period. Because I know this wasn't the first time. So why they shouldn't even got to that point. So I told my kids, I said, by the time y'all have kids, I'm going to homeschool them, because I'm not going to deal with that at the school. Other parents that don't know how to discipline their kids, and now I got to be, bailed out somewhere because I went left. You know what I'm saying? On just the parents, the young parents.
I got to get a job at the school on the cane because I'm not about to have little Johnny and them over there doing anything to you.
Yeah, I worked at the middle school and
Right.
stopped 6. I worked at the middle school and stopped 6. And I mean, it's the way that they go to school is like you already in a prison. You got chained up windows, you got chained up doors,
Absolutely.
you know, everything. And I mean,
Systematic.
come on now. So,
Well, I'm gonna say this right here. Well, I'm gonna say this right here. The high school that I went to, we didn't have windows in the classrooms because the school was actually the building that the school that I went to was actually built to be the new state prison, but it never opened up as a state prison. So instead of them letting the building go to waste, it became the high school, and it was known as one of the biggest high school in the city because. Not in the city, but in that area because it was a lot of people going to that school. But I would say I got paddled by the principal, the assistant principal, the secretary, every teacher that I had.
Damn.
Like I was on a corporate project to the point to where they called my mom up to the school, and that's when that goes back to when I had said earlier. I got a whooping in front of people, and I got a whooping in front of the classroom. My teacher, Miss Williams, I would never forget her. She called my mom and she said, "You know, I know your mom." I said, "Yeah, I know, but I want to do it again." And I end up doing it again, being bad. She called my mama. My mama came up there and said, "If I have to leave my job to come to this school where I send you every day, I'm going to whoop your ass right there." And she did it.
Pick that part.
And not one child in that classroom laughed. Not one child in that classroom laughed because they already knew their parents would do the same thing. So, me personally, I feel like corporal punishment could come back to the schools, but there's a but. We got to make sure that these teachers are in the right mind frame with today's time.
Yes, sir.
They not. A lot of them aren't.
So that's the only thing that I got to say about that. So with that being said, it is now 8:12. We're going to our almost 1 hour cutoff time. But listen, if y'all want more, we will give you more. We'll come back next time. I'm not sure if we're gonna be back next week. I'll talk with the ladies and see what they say. But we'll come back and we'll have more discussions like this. And for those who's tuning in, if you want us to talk about something, please let us know. If you're on YouTube, chat with me on YouTube. If you're watching from Facebook, inbox me on Facebook or something. Follow all of us. We'll be glad to, talk back and forth with you and talk about whatever you want to talk about. These are real women from all backgrounds of life, different age groups who know what they're talking about, and we're going to give it to you real, raw, and uncut. So with that being said, let's go ahead and give a word of the night. Okay. Let's do a word of the night, and then we'll close out with our video. So, Rhonda, what is your word of the night that you want people to leave here with? Just one word.
One word, Rhonda.
Okay.
I love Miss Rhonda. We did one word last week too, but wait,
One word.
I gotta
One
come.
word. One word. Love. That's my word. Love.
Love. Okay. All right. Alex, what you got?
Respect.
Okay. Roz?
Attention.
Okay. Letitia?
Patience.
All right. Can you back butterfly?
Good one.
Community.
All right. Those are y'all words for tonight.
Nice.
Should I do a word?
Yes.
Yes.
What word can I use? So y'all took all the good ones. Well,
Can we do a show when your mom comes on and gives us some advice? Because I know Gigi, she don't play except when it comes to those two girls.
She's in there too. She's in the front room. Yeah,
Get
she's
her on
that.
here to
She's
tell
that
some
OG
stories
fan.
about you.
You know what? Honestly, I probably would. I probably would get her to come on here. She's kind of she sometimes camera shy, but I will. But the word that I would use would be intentional.
Yes.
Yeah.
Intentional.
Oh, nice.
One word.
Yeah.
Intentional.
So,
Intentional.
with that being said, yes, Alex, I will talk to my mama. If y'all do another segment on parenting, I'll talk with her and have her come on for a quick second so she can say something. And we'll see everybody next time. I thank everybody for tuning in from YouTube
Thank
and
you,
Facebook.
YouTube.
Thank you.
YouTube and
Thank you,
Facebook.
guys.
Thank you all
Y'all,
for joining.
there's supposed to be only one show, and we end up going to a second show, and I think y'all want a third show. So thank
And
y'all
it
for
looked
tuning
like a
in.
third one coming.
And
We're gonna talk about it,
Yes.
so, y'all have a good night. I do thank Kenny Horn and Trey's Place for tuning in. I'm not only tuning in, but chatting with us. We have other people who have been tuning in with us, but I cannot see who they are. So thank y'all, and y'all have a good night.